Hi, welcome back. So, another video. Another one of my goals this year is to put out a lot of content, more content on my channel, and to grow this channel. But anyway, I've done my books, I've done my journals and date books, some new decks. Now I had been thinking about doing, decks that are very hard to work with or difficult decks. And then like a day or two later, I seen Sylvia doing that video. So I'm going to go ahead and do it anyways. So these are decks that I find hard to work with. I mean, I can work with them, but they're a little hard to work with. And I think this goes to say for many people with the Hush Tarot by Jeremy Hush. It is so gorgeous, but it's not your traditional tarot. You do get a little book with it. But again, like I said, it's not your traditional tarot, but it's so beautiful. And this year I want to spend more time with these decks as well as newer decks too. But I mean, the beauty is beyond measure, and they feel so magical. But like here we have the Ten of Swords. Yeah, you can kind of see Ten of Swords vibes, right? Here we have the Tower. Some are very recognizable, and then there's some that just throw you for like, okay, what am I looking at? Even though it's beautiful imagery, how do I interpret this card or such and such? Here is the Queen of Swords. This is the Eight of Pentacles, hard work. Usually he's working on some pentacles, but this guy here is working on heads. Here we have a half human and half bird for the Page of Swords, and so on. So this is the Seven of Swords. Yes, you can definitely see the Seven of Swords, and this is beautiful. This moon card, the Sun and the Moon card in this deck are gorgeous. Three of Cups. She's on a Ferris wheel solo. There's the Sun. They're beautiful. Now this here, wouldn't you say, is more Three of Cups energy? But it is the Three of Pentacles. So again, here we have the Ace of Swords, and there's so much in these cards. I mean, so much. I have used magnifying glasses, you name it, to look into the details in these cards, and it's just, oh, it's just so beautiful. Five of Cups, you can feel and see that energy there. But anyway, I really want to get to, it's not that I dislike any of these decks, because I actually love them all very much, but I don't reach for them. Once in a while I will, to look at the beautiful imagery, but a lot of people I've seen make they change some of the cards, and they'll write down at the bottom what they've changed that card to, and that's not a half bad idea. But I want to get to know it better in all its glory. And here we have the Nine of Pentacles, pretty traditional. We have the woman, we have a little greenery, and she's holding the bird, so you would know right off what that is. Here we have the Six of Cups. Perfect. Here we have the Page of Cups. Five of Swords. Seven of Cups. Now here's our Seven of Cups. It is not your traditional, so it's a little bit harder to understand. 8 of Swords, yes, she's tangled up in these flowers. So yes, a sense of entrapment. The Fool is so cute. But yeah, this is one of those difficult decks, but it's so pretty. So pretty. So the Hush Tarot, and let me know what you think. If you have the Hush Tarot, how do you work with it? Do you struggle with it? Because I know a lot of people do. I've done readings for myself with this deck. I would never do client readings with this, I don't think. Unless maybe I personally knew the person and said, hey, do you like the looks of these cards? Or here's the Emperor. I mean, they're gorgeous, but then, you know, they're definitely unique. And I just really want to get to know them. I think I should call the video Decks I Want to Get to Know. I want to get to know you. Okay, so that was the Hush Tarot. And I only pulled a few down. I could have done many more, but I didn't. Oh, shoot. Next up, it's no surprise, the Wildwood. And that deck sits over here on my altar, because I have been playing with it a little bit. I can't believe I said playing. I have been looking through them and all that. So my big study of this year is going to be the Wildwood Tarot. And I also got a Year in the Wildwood workbook. So I've always wanted to figure this deck out. And again, a lot of people have trouble with this one. It takes time. And I feel, in my personal opinion, that it is not Rider-Waite, that it has its own little system. We have little keywords down here, and that's how I'm going to read these cards. I'm not going to read them more so based on Rider-Waite meanings. Like here we have the 9 of Swords, and it has dedication. You know, the 9 of Swords in the Rider-Waite, as we all know it, is the Nightmare card, right? Not here. This is something about dedication. 8 of Bows, 8 of Wands, Hearthfire, the Great Bear for the World. So I see these cards very differently. I don't really see these cards as tarot, but I do see them as beautiful messages that need to be heard. The Forest Lovers. So I'm very excited to, you know, throughout this year, this is beautiful. The 4 of Wands, and we have Celebration. So yes, that is, you know, pretty much RWS. My mood ring is turning purple. It's never turned purple. I don't even know what that color would mean for the mood ring. But anyways, here we have the 6 of Wands, Abundance. But it's such a gorgeous deck. Do I wish it didn't have the borders? Yes. Am I going to chop them? No. I have chopped 2 decks, messed them both up, and had to replace both decks. So never going to do that again. I will leave the cards as they are. Another mysterious thing about this deck is all of the courts are animals. So, and it'll tell you the animal on there. Like this one, very Rider-Waite. 4 of Vessels, 4 of Cups, Boredom. The Devil. The 6 of Arrows. 6 of Swords, Transition. Yes. I mean, some of them are very Rider-Waite, you know, and that's the system I'm so used to. 10 of arrows here, 10 of swords, and it's called instruction. You don't see somebody lying on the ground with 10 swords through their back or almost through their back. Again, Knight of Stones, which is Knight of Pentacles, and we have horse. This you can see, the Three of Cups, aka vessels, joy. But I love the hares. Two of Pentacles. So as you can see, now this is the Hanged Man here, and it's called the Mirror. So again, and I think a lot of people are studying this deck. I mean, it's been out for a long time, but I think a lot of people are studying it, and I came across this a year in the Wildwood, and I just had to have it. I thought it would be a good asset to this little learning experience for this deck. However, I went through the book, and the book is just as confusing as the deck. It just starts off anywhere. And it'll tell you in here that, you know, you can start wherever you want. So yeah, that is the Wildwood Tarot, and I would really love to get to know him better. He feels like, the deck feels like a him. Next, Witch Sister. I had it before it was even published. I got it through the Witch's Moon, one of their huge subscription boxes. Anyway, another deck that has absolutely their own system. It's not the Rider-Waite system. So I do enjoy this deck. I edged mine to try to match the little browns in the tree. It is beautiful indeed. And I have their, what's their other deck? Julia Jeffries. I'm trying to see it up there on the shelf. You guys know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. But with the Witch Sisters, here we have a deck full of beautiful portraits, okay? We don't have much going on in the card, right? Like Ace of Waters here, Ace of Cups. Yeah, we have an abundance of water and emotions, and the frog is kind of like staring off into space, but this is more of a deck where everything is just looking at you. Well, not everything, but the beings are just kind of looking at you or the land. And there are times I will pull a card from this and put it on my altar for the day, but I always have to go to the book to figure out what it means. And I don't do that usually. Only with like the decks that I've shown you here now, because I'm such an intuitive reader. But with decks like this, my intuition just goes blank. It like goes the other way, like, nope, I'm going over here for a while. You stay and sit with that. So again, I mean, I wouldn't mind if I had to go forever just pulling a card here and there from this deck and looking into the guidebook for answers or for the meaning for myself, you know. But it would definitely never be a deck that I would read for clients. But nonetheless, it is so pretty. So, so pretty. Their other deck I really, really love, and I can read with that one just fine. But this one is just, it's, oh goodness, it's just, it's a tough one. Because once again, you've got, gosh, and I wish I could pull the name off the top of my head of the other one. Tarot of the Hidden Realms? Tarot of the Hidden Realms, I believe it is. And that's also a very popular one for many. I can read with that one like a charm. And I was so excited for this one to come out. I mean, look. But, and a lot of the cards have been renamed. I do not like that when they do that. So it's tough. It's a tough one. It's a beautiful one. It's a mysterious one. And I would really love to get to know it better. And I'm hoping to do that this year. Look at that. Beautiful. Now this is the Six of Swords, the Six of Skies, I believe. I could be wrong. I did have to make my little cheat sheet here. Skies, yes, are swords. So, but the book is beautiful. I really wouldn't mind, you know, to sit and I don't want to go through and learn another whole new system, if that makes sense. You know, we never stop learning the Rider-Waite alone as readers, and to go in and try to learn another system, not this late in life. You know, I'm 49 years old. I mean, I've learned Kipper and Lenormand and whatnot, but to learn a whole new system, I can't do that. Nope. So I will just, I guess, continue to study the cards, and I do pull this down so often just to look through them because they're just so pretty. So that was the Witch Sister Tarot. And lastly, this guy. This deck is so beautiful. But again, they changed names in it. And here's what I had to do. I had to make my little cheat sheet of the names that I did not understand. And if it weren't for that, if they would have kept the cards traditional names, I'd be fine with this deck. So the guidebook is extraordinary. It's beautiful. The deck is a fairy tale. I mean, it's just so gorgeous. And it's, you know, you can intuitively read this, but I lay my cards out and I'm like, what are we looking at? Six of Challenges. See, I know right now that that is a sword. Six of Swords. Nine of Boons is, and see, I have to take my little paper out. So Boons are Pentacles. I mean, if I spent every day flipping through a few cards and, you know, or flipping through the whole deck and naming them, I might be able to get somewhere, because I want to use this deck like there's no yesterday. I mean, some of them you can tell right off. Excuse the glare. But then there's, okay, here we have Four of Swords. Yeah, it looks like everything, the trees are resting. I see that. Okay. Weaver. So we have spells are wands, visions are cups, challenges are swords, boons are pentacles. Child is a page, seekers are knights, weavers are queens, and keepers are kings. So I do think, I mean, look, if you were to spend enough time with this, and I still do read with this. I read for myself with it. I don't read for clients with it because I'm not that confident with it. And I'm a very confident reader, but not with a deck I'm uneasy with because of these name changes. Again, if they didn't have the name changes, I don't think I'd have a problem. I am very tempted to get a metallic gold marker and write the traditional name on the card somewhere and use this deck for a study deck for a while and then purchase another, or just leave it. I mean, it makes it mine. Kitty, over there, buddy. You're climbing all over everything. But nonetheless, it's so pretty. One of my favorite cards here. It's just gorgeous. And the star. And some of them you can just tell right off what they are. And then others, you gotta look. Are you playing in my decks? Yes, to lay on the boxes. So, like this, look at that. Just so many. It's just, look at how happy this fella is. It's just, oh gosh, it's stunning. So here we have 10 of spells, which is the 10 of wands. So here we have a bunch of women all lined up for the 10 of wands. The Forest Lord, the Emperor, but none here is the Strength card. It is so gorgeous, and I love the wheel in this deck, the Wheel of Fortune. Hands are itching. So I love this tree. There's the Death. 3 of Cups. So, you know, I could read it and leave my little... One thing I have a problem with are these. I have to get those down, so I could leave it sitting aside. And that's how I do it when I read with it for myself, because I just love it. It's just so magical. But then I use my own feelings of what I'm picking up as well. But this is another one that I really want to dive deep into this year. I mean, I've had it for ages, and it just sits there most of the time. And sometimes, like I said, a lot of the time, actually, I will pull it off the shelf and just sit with it and just look through the beautiful cards, because it's just so beautiful. Thank you all for joining me. I would love to hear if any of you have the same issues with any of these decks I showed, or what are your deck struggles, the decks that you struggle with, or even do a video. Take care and be blessed.